Welcome to the second chapter of our course, linear data structure. And within that one, we are going to learn the stack as a data structure. So first we can identify what is meant by stack. Then we say that what are the different operations that we can perform on the stack. And then how we are going to implement it. And then application of a stack. So first, what is meant by stack? So stack is an order collection of atoms. As it is an order collection, that's why we can call it as a linear data structure. They are in the some sequence, which are arranged in a last in first out manner. How they are going to be arranged? The elements or the atoms are arranged in a last in first out manner. That is also called as the LIFO, last in first out. It has only one open end, that is called as the top. Means we are adding the element or atom to the stack from one end, that is called as a top, as well as we are removing from the same end. Means addition as well as the deletion is performed on the same end. So when you add the element to the stack, it is called as the operation push. Whereas when you remove the element from a stack, the operation is called as the pop one. So just for example, the stack of coins, a stack of book. Okay, so this is the stack of coin, the stack of books, and in a computer stack, just as we have seen, the stack of a stack frames are there. So where we may have the applications in computer science, just as we have seen one application as a when you are going to use the function call or when you are going to use a recursion. Other example that we have seen is the when you are implementing the undo operation. The third examples which we have seen when we are going to in a browser as the backspace one. Other applications which is from your compiler, that is called as the parser one. Now what is going to happen? We want to check. Now just as whenever the sentence is given to you, we want to check the whether the sentence is grammatically correct or not. Whether the sentence is grammatically correct or not, that is identified by using the compiler and the steps that is called as a syntax analyzer, and that is implemented by using the stack one. So there we have in a compiler, particularly the one phase of a compiler where we are going to check for the syntax of your a statement from your programming language, and that is the parser one. So there also we are having the use of a stack. The one we three use which is already known to you is for your web browser, undo, and for your function call. Later on, when you are going to learn about the compilers, at that time we come to know that where the stack is going to be used. Okay, so the stack can be represented or it can be implemented by using the static representation. And whenever we say that the static representation, we are going to implement is by using a array. Static means a fixed size, whereas for dynamic representations, we are going to use it by using the linked list. Okay, so what we have, just as we can say, for example, this is my stack. Right now on this stack, there are the two atoms are there. And which atom that we can only access? We can access this topmost atom. Okay, not the second last one. We can only accept this or access this, the topmost atom that we can access. Okay, so when you are going to which operation? Push operation. For push operation, we require which data that we want to push it. So we require the two inputs are there. One is data and other is the stack. So on this particular stack, I want to push this data. So where we are going to push? We are going to push on the top of stack. So we are incrementing this top value, and at that locations we are inserting this the data value. Okay, so just as we have the push operation, so now which is the top element? This third element is the top one. That only elements we can pop it or we can remove it. Okay, so again suppose for example pop, which I am going to pop it, जो last वाला अभी मैंने insert किया था, जो push किया था, जो top वाला है, वही pop करेंगे. So pop operation doesn't or the we say that pop operation will take the input as a stack and it will returns the output as a data atom. So at that time the size of stack is going to be shrink it. Here the size of stack is going to be grow it, Here the size of stack is going to be shrinked by one element. Okay. Now what this operation does, whether this operation is similar to push or pop. Okay, this operation is similar to pop, the stack top. What this stack top does, either it is called as a stack top or it is called as the pick one. I'm going to pick the topmost element. What is going to be called? I'm going to call it as the pick operation. The only difference between the pop operation and the stack top operation or the pick operation is that it will remove the element from the top of stack, whereas it doesn't remove the element, only it will give the element from the top of stack. जो भी stack का top element होगा वो return करेगा. Size stack का बदलेगा क्या? Size of stack is not going to be changed. Pop will remove the element, whereas the peak or the stack top doesn't remove the element. Still we can get the topmost element from the stack. Okay, so these are the it says that the push and pop are the basic operations that we are going to perform on a stack. Just as when we are learn about the recursion, at that time also we have seen that how the push and pop is going to be worked. Okay, so for example, I have considered this array A, which are having how many locations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations are there. And now I want to insert one atom. So I say push 10. अभी push 10 कहाँ पे हो जाएगा? अभी ये जो locations है, ये location आपका array है, इसके वजह से location कहाँ से चालू हो जाएगा? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't it? अभी मुझे ये कहाँ पे इंसर्ट करना है? ये 10 के ऊपर, ये यहाँ पे इंसर्ट करना है. तो अभी आपके पास टॉप का वैल्यू क्या है? अभी आपके पास टॉप का वैल्यू जो है, टॉप इज इक्वल टू कितना है? -1 है. तो मुझे यहाँ पे सबसे पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा? व्हेन आई से अबाउट दिस ऑपरेशन एज द पुश ऑपरेशन, हाँ देखो मैंने पुश कहाँ पे किया? 0 पे किया. तो मुझे सबसे पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा? आई वांट टू इंक्रीमेंट द वैल्यू ऑफ टॉप. हाँ, टॉप का वैल्यू मैंने इंक्रीमेंट कर दिया है. टॉप का वैल्यू क्या हो गया है? अभी -1 से 0 हो गया है. हाँ, द वैल्यू ऑफ टॉप बिकम्स नाउ द 0, 1. और जब उसका टॉप का वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगा, उसके बाद मुझे क्या करना है? आई जस्ट से दैट ए टॉप इज इक्वल टू 10. जो भी एटम मुझे इंसर्ट करना है, हाँ, ए टॉप इज इक्वल टू 10. ओके, मीन्स आई वांट टू डू दिस टू ऑपरेशंस. मैं अभी कर सकता हूँ क्या? Okay, so that particularly the restriction that we are going to put on the push operation. What is the restriction is there? That's restriction that we can define by using axioms. And that restriction is that we can only push onto the top of stack, not in the middle one, or we can pop only the top of stack element. Okay, next operation, for example, I want to pop the element. So which is going to be pop? Pop करने के टाइम पे मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? I want to now first, just as मैंने यहाँ पे क्या किया था? When I am going to push it, push के टाइम पे मैंने क्या किया था? Top plus plus किया था. And then a top is equal to atom. अभी पॉप के टाइम पे क्या होगा? मुझे 30 वाला पॉप करना है. हाँ, तो कैन आई से हियर, मैं ऐसे कर दूंगा, एटम इज इक्वल टू ए टॉप एंड देन टॉप माइनस माइनस. ओके, सो जस्ट इसका रिवर्स स्टेप है. हाँ, पहले मैं जो टॉप का एटम है, टॉप का एलिमेंट है, वो मैं सेव करूंगा और बाद में टॉप का वैल्यू डिक्रीमेंट कर दूंगा. ओके, नाउ टेल मी इन अरे वेदर द 30 इज प्रेजेंट. अभी अरे में 30 प्रेजेंट रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा? Okay, so when you say for the pop one, at that time, when we have popped this topmost element, atom is equal to a top, so this atom becomes the 31, and we have decremented the value of top, so the state is going to be changed from this state to this state, so the top is equal to 1. So this 30 atom is not present in a stack. but we have implemented it by using an array. So whether this 30 is present in array A, array A में present होगा कि नहीं होगा? Okay, it is present in array. हाँ, array में present होगा वो. हाँ, जब भी हम array में डालते हैं, remove करते हैं, okay, वो present होगा array में से destroy नहीं हो जाएगा. हाँ, ओनली थिंग इज दैट जब तक आपका ये प्रोग्राम चल रहा है अरे में वो लोकेशन पे 30 प्रेजेंट रहेगा. अगर आपके स्टैक में रहेगा क्या? आपके स्टैक में नहीं रहेगा. क्यों नहीं रहेगा आपके स्टैक में? बिकॉज वी हैव मेक द टॉप इज इक्वल टू 1. आपने टॉप इज इक्वल टू 1 किया है और आप टॉप से ही वो एलिमेंट एक्सेस कर सकते हो. ओके, मैंने मेमोरी स्टैक के लिए मेमोरी मैंने अरे में लिया है. ओके, इसका मतलब अरे में है, इसका मतलब स्टैक में नहीं है, ऐसी नहीं है. क्या वो अरे में होगा, वो प्रेजेंट होगा अरे में, आप चेक कर सकते हो प्रोग्रामिंग जब करोगे, मगर स्टैक में आपके नहीं होगा. क्योंकि स्टैक में आपने क्या किया है, जब भी आपने पॉप किया है वी हैव रिमूव दैट एलिमेंट. हाँ, एंड हाउ वी नो दैट वी हैव रिमूव इट? जस्ट एज वी आर डिक्रीमेंटिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ टॉप. हमने टॉप का वैल्यू डिक्रीमेंट कर दिया है. ओके, सो ये वाला स्टेट आ गया मेरा. टॉप इज इक्वल टू 1 है. Primitive operation on stack, the first operation that we are going to create a new stack, new empty stack. For that once we may want to allocate the memory. Depending on how we are going to allocate the memory, we have the different way to allocate the memory that we are going to learn it. Or one simple operation, when I'm going to say that create a new stack, if you are going to use the array implementation, static implementations, we can just say top is equal to -1, nothing else. Okay, then push operation, just as we are saying that it insert a new element at the top of stack. So we are incrementing the value of top. But for push operation, we want to check it also. Just as in previous case, we can only push the 5 element at a time. Maximum 5 element will be there on a stack. So when we try to insert the 6 element, we are having the overflow is there, stack overflow is there. Whether the stack is full or not, that also we want to check. Which condition that we want to check is full. Check whether the stack is full or not. The next operation is the remove the topmost element from the stack is the pop one. Is empty. कब empty होगा आपका stack? जब top is equal to -1 हो. अब आपका stack empty है and we try to pop it. ऑपरेशन अलाउड करना चाहिए? नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर आपके स्टैक में एलिमेंट ही नहीं है तो क्या पॉप करोगे आप? So we want to check before the pop operations. We want to check that whether the stack is empty or not. Or when you are doing a push operation, at that times we want to check that whether the stack is full or not. Stack full कब होगा? जब टॉप का वैल्यू कितना जाएगा? साइज -1. क्योंकि अगर आपका अरे n इज इक्वल टू 5 है तो टॉप कौन सी वैल्यू ले सकता है? मैक्सिमम टॉप वैल्यू ले सकता है 4, क्योंकि अरे एलिमेंट आपके कहाँ से चालू होंगे? 0 to 4. ये आपको पता है. दैट्स व्हाई इट सेज दैट टॉप इज इक्वल टू साइज -1. And the next operation is the pick operation or the stack top operation, which returns the topmost atom from the stack without changing the stack.